What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Knab and Ro Show. I'm here with my compatriot partner in crime, Ro. Say hi, Ro.
Hi, kids.
And welcome back to the podcast.
Yay.
Yay. So, Ro, what are we talking about today?
Well, this was actually submitted by one of our viewers. So we do listen, and we are very happy to share suggestions. And one of the suggestions that was given to us was the topic of bubbles.
Bubbles!
Bubbles!
Every time I hear it, I think of the... Was it a yellowfish? Yellowfish from Nemo?
From Finding Nemo. Bubbles.
My bubbles.
My bubbles. My bubbles. Yeah. Yeah.
It's so good. So good. So, bubbles. So, we have liquid bubbles.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else do we have, Ro?
Yeah. We have bath bubbles.
We have packing bubbles.
We have gum bubbles that you blow with chewing gum.
That's right. We have bubbles that go into things you're trying to create construction-wise that you don't need to do because you have air underneath your construction thing, and so you got to get the bubble out bubbles.
Okay. Air bubble. We have air bubble.
Air bubbles. That's right. That's right. So my favorite bubbles, it's a tie.
Okay.
One I've actually played with, and one I haven't yet, but I really want to.
Oh, okay.
So the big bubbles, like the liquid bubbles where you stand in the middle of this thing, and you put the little thing in the bubble thing, and you go whoop up over a human. So you go from one side to the other side.
Okay.
And you have two humans, and they're connected in a big, like, rainbow
like
shape.
tunnel bubble?
Tunnel bubble, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
I want to make a tunnel bubble.
A tunnel bubble.
Because people can do, like, those big bubbles with, like, the string, right?
Yeah,
but a tunnel bubble is so cool.
Yeah. Now, can you... I mean, you can't walk it because I'm sure you'd puncture it, but I feel like I've seen them before.
Yeah. There is a... Like a... not a recipe, but... what's the word I'm looking for, Ro? A certain mixture that you put together that makes really strong bubbles.
Okay.
And for that specific bubble, that's what you need. Because the ones you get from the grocery store, like the kid bubbles...
Yeah.
Those are garbage.
Yeah, but they're fun. Like, I feel
like I get more frustration out of those because I have two young kids and they love freaking bubbles, and I get frustrated because all of a sudden it gets all soapy around the stick you're using, and it doesn't make good bubbles anymore. And you got to clean it off and do it again, and do it. It's like a vicious cycle.
Well, I also have those. I remember my nephew getting a couple of those like bubble wands.
Yep.
Where like they go in like a tube type of a thing, and I always thought those were horrible because even if the kids, and he did that, I mean he was like 2 or 3, but like they would walk around with it, and then if they would, what do they like to do when the bubble is like sitting on the ground? They go to like pop it, right? Well, if they're carrying the tube and they bend over, doop, and it's like the worst thing ever.
I use those for the kids too, and I hate them equally as much because of that. Alistair would just hold it and go, oh, and just stare at it and just keep going. I'm like, no! Like, well, you have no more bubbles, and then they cry because they're upset because they don't understand.
Because they don't have any more bubbles, yeah. I do like bath bubbles, though. Well, not so much. I don't like taking baths, but like hot tub bubbles, those are fun.
Okay, yeah, those are fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when it's snowing out, and you can put the bubbles on your face to make a beard, and it's so cold it freezes your face.
I've never done that. I've never had it. I've never been in a hot tub in the middle of winter before.
So cool. It's awful when you get out, but it's fun when you're in. Because you can dip your face in the water and get out, and it eventually freezes little hot tub circles.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah. I can imagine that. I can see how that could be fun. Yeah.
So my other one that I like is fog machine bubbles.
Ooh.
So like Halloween. So there's this machine, it's like a square, and it has this thing that dips down, comes up, and there's like a constant blower that blows through, right? So it dips down, it goes up, and it blows fog solution through the bubble, and so these bubbles that are floating are like misty and whatever, and you pop them, they go,
right.
It's so cool. Or when it hits the ground, it hits, and just it's the coolest thing ever. I love it.
Yeah, bubble machines are fun. I feel like I have more fun with those than the actual like hand dip.
Yeah.
Make your own bubbles, just because. But probably one of my favorite bubbles is actually chewing gum bubbles. There we go.
You a popper?
I do, yeah, I am. I have to be careful though because I tend to not know that I'm doing it. I just habitually do it, and so I have to be careful if I chew gum around. Because
Do you do the sucking bubble pop where you like it's in your mouth, but you pop it inside your mouth?
I can do both. I can actually blow them and I can pop them. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I was always impressed by people that could do the inside. I don't know if I can, but I'm like, how the heck did you do that?
Yeah, I think that's what annoys people the most because I just do it without knowing that I'm doing it, and so
it's second nature.
Yeah, they're just like, stop it. I'm like, sorry. Yeah.
So, another type of bubble that I like that is not liquid bubble, it is one of those giant bubble ball, plastic bubble things you can get into.
Oh, yeah.
I have 2 stories. I'll make them short.
Okay.
I mean, we're only 5 minutes in, so we're good. So, the first one was a bad first date. It was a date on Match.com a long time ago. And it went down to this place. It's called Newport on the Levee, Northern Kentucky, and it's pretty cool. There's a whole ton of stuff there. Movie theater, aquarium, mall, all that stuff. Restaurants, yeah.
Sure.
And there is this little patio where there's stairs over here, and there's a little patio, and the fountain's down here. And this guy rented this space on the patio and put a giant inflatable pool. Filled it with water. I mean, probably like 2 feet, maybe, like a little small thing.
Sure. Yeah.
And then he had these giant bubbles that you get into. You zip it up to like this much, and then he puts a leaf blower in and blows it up, and then zips it shut, and you can like run on the water in the bubble and stuff like that. And I had met her. We went and got some food, and we saw that. Like, hey, we should do this. She did not want to. I'm like. I looked at her, I said, I don't really care if you don't want to. I'm doing this.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't really going well anyway, so I really couldn't care less. So I went in there, and I just played in the bubble, had my fun, went out, and I'm like, hey, bye, see ya. And that was the end of the date. It was great. It was awkward as hell.
Yeah.
But, you know, we all have our awkward ones. So the second one, similar type thing, it is a giant bubble that is literally has supports in between. There's a middle section and there's a bigger outer section, and in between the 2 sections are these like not springs, but they're still made of plastic, but they help it so it bounces, right? So it's more structure to it. And in the middle there's this big open thing, and there is a seat over here and a seat over here, and so you kind of crouch your feet up like this, your feet, and you get in a bubble like this, right? And then as you do that, the other person, you face each other, and they roll you down a hill.
Oh, goodness.
And eventually they have a bunch of people that have to stop you at the end of it.
Right.
But my buddy Adam, I don't know if you've met Adam. He's a World of Warcraft player as well, or used to be.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he and I did that. It's actually, for the longest time, it's been his Facebook profile picture is he and I in this bubble. I'll have to get that picture from him and I'll post it up there.
Yeah.
But it was so much fun, but I was so dizzy by the end of it.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, absolutely.
No.
Yeah, I've never been in a human bubble before, so.
This is a goal, Ro. Knab and Ro on the go. We're gonna find a city with a big bubble.
No, I could go on living without needing to be in a bubble. Yeah.
Oh, but it would be so much fun.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Okay, so
I'll live vicariously through you.
That's okay. It's all right. I'll accept that. You know, I got a bunch of friends I live vicariously through too. It's not always me doing things. Not all the time.
Yeah. Well, out of the 2 of us, you're the most adventurous, so.
Well, that's true. It's just because I have no patience to just be doing nothing. I have to be doing something at all times. It's weird. Unless I'm tired, and then I just do nothing. Then I want to sleep in my sleep bubble. I'm just kidding.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just kidding. So the other bubble is packing bubbles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So those are dangerous, and I caught myself when I was at FedEx when I worked for Royal Canin, shipping things out. I was standing next to there were big giant rolls of bubbles just popping, and I had a really good relationship with these people that worked there. And they're like, "Hey, Mike," I'm like, "Yeah, stop popping our packing bubbles." I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry."
Yeah, it's just one of those things that as a kid you start doing, and it just doesn't go away.
Do you ever go and just walk across the little ones?
No, actually, okay. So I guess I don't really think these would be bubbles, but they remind me of bubbles. Is those firecrackers that you throw at the ground, the whippersnappers? Is that what they're called? Snappets. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Those remind me of those two because that's what they sound like.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you should go to the store and seriously, just one time, be a kid. Just go to get the bubbles, get like a sheet of it, and just walk across it. It's so much fun.
I usually do like the twist thing. Like I'll
Yeah.
roll it up and then there you go. Yeah.
And that's with the little ones, right? The little ones, because they have the bigger ones.
And they're a little bit harder.
Yeah. And then for packing purposes, they have those like big green ones that come in like chain links. Where it's like literally a big thing of plastic, just to stuff in, right? They fill them right there. I love those because I get those, and then the dogs will freak out because I'll go pop and make a large popping sound, and I'll pop each of them, and they freak out. The dogs freak out.
Oh well, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. I know humans that do that, so
yeah, it's true. Very jumpy humans.
Yeah.
So that was good. We talked about bubbles, all stuff bubbles. I want to know from all you guys what your favorite bubbles are. I know we went from like liquid bubbles to human bubbles to all types of bubble bath stuff and hot tubs and all many different types of bubbles. So tell us down below what your favorite types of bubbles are. And we'll go from there, and I'm sure we'll post something fun about it.
Bubbles? Kids love bubbles. I mean, they are infatuated with bubbles, so
Hello,
I'm sure.
Big kid?
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah.
So shout out to Nicole. Thank you for that topic tonight. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
And if anybody else wants to hear a specific topic and our take on that topic, feel free to shoot us a message.
Yeah.
There you go.
We are very much open to ideas and thoughts.
And stuff and things.
And stuff and things, yeah.
That's right, yes. So if you guys like this Knab and Ro short, go ahead and jack that like button right now. Don't forget to tell your friends and family about the Knab and Ro Show. And as always, this podcast is a wrap.
Till next time, kids.